Hey, how's it going? Today I'll be going over some new glitches such as an instant respawn glitch. Then we'll continue on and talk about a great way to get out of bounds inside of a dungeon so that you can grab the chest at the end of the dungeon instantly. Not only that, but we'll be going over some other glitches as well in today's video. Now before we go on, if you have always enjoyed the videos and the glitches but you're not subscribed just yet, do that now, turn those notifications on, and let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's begin by going up to a fast travel statue like so. Click on the fast travel button. Then we're going to go towards the right side here and locate the Eastern Wild Islands. What I recommend now is that you use the Jet Dragon, which is going to be this pal right here. If you do not have it, it's not a big deal, but this will make things a lot easier. What we need to do is open up the menu, locate this exact spot here that I just put a marker on, the star marker, and we're going to go over here and you should see that there's a black Marketeer. You might be thinking, oh boy, here we go again. You're just going to leave the game and join back. No, absolutely not. What we're going to do today is respawn this dude without leaving and joining back, and this might make things a lot easier for you guys. What we need to do next is basically take out the black Marketeer. There are various ways to do this. You can use a stun baton while talking to him. This should lock him in permanently. The second method involves your pal, and what you need to do is set your pal to be aggressive so that it attacks the black Marketeer, and what you need to do is talk to him right as he gets attacked. If done successfully, you should see that he is in a frozen state. And I'm sure there's another method out there, but I will include this one as well. You can use a hanging trap to hang him up and you can just start attacking him. It's up to you entirely. Personally, what I recommend is using your pal, because if you do have a strong pal, all you need to do is freeze the black Marketeer and let your pal do all the work. But feel free to attack while you're doing so, because honestly, you can attack this black Marketeer while he's frozen and it won't disrupt the glitch at all. For example, right there. So now that we have him in this frozen state, you'll just want to take him out and just completely annihilate him. This way you will receive a key and some gold coins, as you all are already aware of. What we're going to do now is hop on top of our mount, which will be the Jet Dragon, and the reason why is because you can actually go really fast with this pal. Now note that if you want to, you can use any pal of your choice. Just make sure that it's fast and you can fly with it. But just know that speed is really not the determination whether or not this glitch will work. You can do this slow, you can do this fast, it honestly does not matter. Personally, what I recommend is that you do this fast, and the only way to do this is with the Jet Dragon. And I understand that it's not Jet Dragon, it's like Jet Ragon or whatever, but I prefer to call it Jet Dragon. It's just my personal choice. But what we're going to do here is make a complete circle. And what do you know? The black Marketeer has respawned. You can then rinse and repeat this as much as you like. Grab some more gold coins and gold keys. Then hop on top of your mount and then do the same exact steps as before. We're going to hop on top of our Jet Dragon. Then we're going to take a right turn here and make a complete circle. If you do not have the Jet Dragon, you can, of course, again, just clarifying this again, you can use any pal that has the ability to fly or mount. You can also mount on top of it, but I recommend flying because you can actually do this a lot faster with the flying pal. There's also the other way to respawn the black Marketeer, and you can just simply leave the game and join back, which for some of you, that might be the best option. Personally, I prefer to use the Jet Dragon and do a complete circle. This way I do not have to leave the game, and I can just come back and do what I need to do. Alrighty, moving along here, we're going to talk about the second glitch, and what we're going to do here is go towards a fast travel statue again. We want to find a point of interest that has a dungeon nearby, and we're going to fast travel to that location. For example, where I'll be going is over here towards the top left, which is up there in the snowy mountains. And when it comes down to these dungeons, make sure that you choose one that is available for you. For example, the dungeon that I'm traveling to right now might not be available, so just go around, find the one that is open, and then enter inside. Once you have located a dungeon nearby, the next thing that you're going to need is a flying type pal. If you do not have one, make sure that you go ahead and grab one and find the saddle for it so that you can ride it. And as for the next step, this is completely optional, but what I recommend is that you use the Jet Dragon. This way you can fly quickly. Now again, I do want to say this, you can use another PAL. You do not have to use the Jet Dragon, you do not have to use the legendary one that I have. You can use any PAL that can fly. Next, we're going to enter inside this dungeon and we're going to locate a gap so that we can throw our PAL sphere inside. If you do it correctly, what should happen is that the PAL is going to pop out of bounds and then you can mount to your PAL. And if you're wondering why we're not just heading straight to the boss from this location, is because if you're doing this early game, you can actually skip a good portion of the enemies and head straight to the end with this method. So all in all, you're pretty much avoiding all of the difficult enemies within this dungeon and you can just head straight to the chest. And so now that we're out of bounds, what we could do is then fly with our normal flying type PAL. But if you would like to, and you do have the Jet Dragon, throw that sucker down, hop on top of it, and fly straight to the end. As you can tell right here, this is what I'm doing exactly. And as you are making your way towards the boss, there are two ways to get back inside. The first method involves using your PAL, going towards the top of the dungeon where the boss is, and then falling right through the textures. This way you'll land yourself right in the middle of the tree. The other method involves going towards the bottom section of the map where it's solid, then trying to throw your PAL in between a gap and basically getting it stuck between the textures so this way you can pop yourself back inside the dungeon. The easiest way is to just summon down your PAL, go towards the top, and then fall through the textures. Now I'm not entirely sure if every dungeon is the exact same, and if it is, you could probably do this right here, go to the very top and fall through the textures. And if not, you can obviously use the gap method so that you can spawn your PAL back inside the dungeon, specifically where the boss is, and then you can mount it. Yet anyways, what we're going to do now is fall through the textures that I just mentioned. What you're going to do is locate something like this where it has a hole through it. This spot specifically on the map. And you can fall right through the textures and you should see the barrier in the distance. What we are going to do is the previous method from yesterday's video and we're going to spawn down a mount. Yet more so we want to go to the barrier and throw the mount at the barrier, and if done correctly, the mount should go behind the barrier and then you can hop on top of your PAL. This way you can grab the chest at the end of the map early game and you do not have to fight any tough enemies. This is if you did decide to use the out of bounds method, because if you're early game and you're a low level, you're going to get wrecked in this dungeon. These dudes are pretty tough. Continuing onwards here, what I'm going to talk about next is a great way to defeat any boss on the map. What we need to do is locate a boss, and what I'll be doing here is going towards the Grimtail. And I'll just fast travel to the point of interest, then I'll just go straight to the boss like so. What we need to do now is build a huge set of stairs, and what we're going to do is basically lead the PAL all the way up towards the top of the stairs, and we're going to delete the structure. This way the PAL will fall towards its death and you do not have to battle him at all, which is pretty neat. I thought about this yesterday and I thought, man, it might do something, and it actually does, because these PALs will follow you all the way up there. Now, if it's a flying type, you're going to have some issues, of course, but what you're going to see right here is that this PAL ended up tossing himself off anyways. And yeah, so what we were supposed to do here was actually delete the bottom section of the stairs so that the PAL would fall on purpose. If the PAL happens to survive, what you're going to do is then lead it back up towards the top here and then delete the structure, and then what should happen is that the boss will fall towards its death. You can, of course, try to capture it if this is something that you would like to do. Definitely do that. What I would recommend is that if the PAL does start walking away, shoot it with a pistol, do something, and then lead it to the top. If you need to, definitely use your glider and then fly around, and then you can delete the bottom portion like so. And if done correctly, what you should see is that the boss is going to begin to fall, and then what do you know, you've defeated the boss. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can do this all day like it's cheesy. And yeah, I'm not too sure why I said that, but I'm just going to include something completely random and weird in this video. But let's go ahead and move on and talk about the last and final glitch. What I'm going to be doing right here is updating you guys on a glitch that I had shown yesterday. If you guys use the Gale Claw for the T-pose glitch, it's a lot better than any of the other ones. And the reason for that is because you can actually glide a lot faster. What we need next is going to be the saddle or the gloves, which in this case is going to be the gloves. We're going to grab those, equip it, which, by the way, when you do pick it up, it should equip it automatically, but who knows, this game is early access, so some things might be bugged. And as you can tell right now, when I do glide with the Gale Claw, you're going to see that the textures are there, the Gale is there as well, but we're also going pretty fast. So now what we need to do is bring our PAL over to a very dangerous area and let it get knocked out so that on the bottom left, it shows a red background. And then the last step, of course, as you all know, we need to rest. Then when we wake up, you're going to see that when we try to use the glider will be invisible and we will be in the T-pose glitch. If you're completely new to this glitch, the cool part about this is that you can use your weapons, you can use your pal sphere, you can pretty much use anything while you're gliding. Anyways, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comment down below. Even if it's about a previous video or the current one right now, just ask away. If you need any help with the glitch or you have found a glitch that's pretty useful, head over towards the Discord, which will be down below in the pinned comment. Join up and then just let us know what you have discovered. With all that being said, I genuinely want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for just checking out these videos, subscribing, and overall I just appreciate you all for supporting the channel, whether you watch or you're a member or you join the Discord, whatever the case may be. Even if you do share a glitch with me, I appreciate that so much. Anyways, I do not want to hold you all up too long here, but I just want to say it again, thank you, and I'll see you all in the next video.